Hello there. If you're listening to me from any part of the world, thank you so much for tuning in on the first episode of Flowers with Tife. My guest is here with me, so let's delve right into it. I believe you have a lot to tell us about your journey towards success. Could you share with us the people who have been instrumental in making the journey worthwhile and has helped you blossom into who you are today?
Okay, thank you for having me. So there are about 3 people that pops to my mind. First and foremost, I have to thank you for doing this. I think it's a very important missing link in our entire success narratives and ecosystem. I wrote about it a few weeks ago on my Twitter account and LinkedIn account that a lot of times we are so consumed with talking about success and how we are self-made and how we move from grass to grace that we forget to give flowers to those who really helped us on our journey up. So first and foremost, I want to appreciate Kunle Olaifa. Kunle Olaifa is late now. He was a very, very strong influence in my life back when I was in the university. Kunle was a senior ISECA, and he would run multiple sessions, personal development sessions for all of us. He was the one who exposed me to understanding how to build decent CVs, to understanding what a professional attitude, professional composure, what career building looks like, and help gain clarity very early in life. Till tomorrow, I still remember Kunle. Kunle died while traveling to Ife, again to speak out to young people about personal development. Yeah, he was a great guy. And then my very first, after school, just before I even served, I had not even graduated. I had not finished my final exams. I got interviewed by a guy called Osariti and Ruke Awaritefe. They were my very first manager and director on my very first job, C2G Consulting. I was at that interview against 7 people. 6 of them were way more experienced, older people than I was. But these guys saw through all of that. They saw a young guy who was, looking rough around the edges from Meron, had not even graduated, and decided to put a bet and gave me a chance. Afterwards, I worked in KPMG, and I was interviewed by a guy called Kayode Faboyede. Kayode is an associate director now at EY. They liked me so much that, again, I was very rough around the edges. I was coming all the way from Meron to Ikoyi for the interview. Yeah. And this guy actually called me back after my interview and offered to buy me a pair of new shirts just to make me look better. Wow. At my next interview. I don't think I've ever experienced a bigger faith in a total stranger that much. I think that these guys gave their shoulders to me to lean on, to act as ladders, and without them, I don't think that I would have had the type of breakthrough that I have had. And I really appreciate those guys. In fact, once this is out, I'm probably going to send it to them just so that they know how much grateful I am for the opportunity that they gave to me.
Sometimes all it takes is a single moment of inspiration to spark a journey of transformation. Has there ever been a time or a moment someone said something to you that really stuck with you and helped you navigate a particular phase or your journey? Has there ever been a time like that?
So it's a struggle for me to remember if there is a particular word or admonition that stuck so deeply. That's a big struggle. But yes, I remember bits and pieces of numerous advice. For example, when I was early on in KPMG, and my boss then, I wanted to do my master's, and my boss at that time, I told my boss then, because she also had a couple of people doing masters at that time, and I told her that I was not going to be able to take that masters even though I had gotten admission because of our work schedule. I literally left home 5 a.m. every day and got home at 11 p.m. And I told her, and Nika was like, guy, you are overthinking it, that you just start it and the rest will figure out itself. and that has remained my guiding principle till tomorrow. I don't overanalyze things. One I know that I'm due to do something, I just take the first step. If it's the first step is to register. If it's the next step is to just take it one step at a time. Trying to overthink, how would I do it? What if I get this? What if I get that? What will happen to me? At times it's just overanalyzing, and overthinking things leads to analysis paralysis. You become paralyzed in your thoughts that you are unable to take any step. So I really appreciate that by Nike. And I've applied that to every other thing I've done since then. Because yes, it looked impossible, but lo and behold, I did finish that master's, and I'm grateful to her for that word of encouragement.
Oh, beautiful. So how has been your relationship with these people over the years?
For the very first set, my first employers in C2G, we haven't, me and Wuke have not really kept in touch. Me and Asarity, once in a while, we keep in touch. He reaches out when, he needs me to do stuff. I've also reached out to him once in a while on LinkedIn. For the rest of the people who I mentioned, we belong to an alumni group, and we all talk. Nike, especially, my very first senior manager, has been consistent in every milestone of my life. I mean, she attended my wedding physically. Even last year, when we celebrated our 5th anniversary of the Lagos SME Bootcamp, she was there. And she's been such an amazing woman, all through my journey till date. So yeah, we still keep in touch.
This is a different generation from yours, and a lot seems to be happening with this generation. What advice do you have for youngsters of this generation about relationship building and management?
Okay, so I tell young people that work with me when they want to leave that everybody that you have ever worked with is a relationship that is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. They are like building blocks. It's like you are building a house. Your career is like a house. You are going to eventually build a tower, if it's 5-story, if it's 10-story. But everywhere that you walk, everybody you work with is a block, a piece of block that is going to contribute to you building that tower. And if you keep breaking every relationship, keep ruining every relationship, or keep throwing away every relationship because you've moved on, what it simply means is that bits and pieces is not going to come together. So it's very important that young people invest a lot, look beyond the now, to understand that there is a relationship, there is still an entire world out there, and the relationships that we made today are going to be as useful to us tomorrow as they are today. And also go out. It's important to go out there. Don't just gum in your bed and expect that you'll meet people. Go out there, interact, network with people, offer to help people, volunteer for things. Don't just be selfish and be looking for people who would help you all the time. Volunteer for things, choose to be a part of bigger causes that are bigger than you. And from there, you make relationships that will be very invaluable sometime for you in the future.
Very quickly before we go, I would like you to give flowers to the people you mentioned earlier on the show.
So having said that, I want to thank this these guys so much. To be honest, it's not really easy when you are at an advanced stage of your career, lending your shoulders to support younger people, putting your own job or your business on the line to give younger people a chance. I really want to thank Wuke, I want to thank Osarity, I want to thank Kayode, I want to thank Sister Nix and everybody else who has been a pillar of support to my career at every point in time. God bless you guys. I really pray and hope that God also helps your children too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really do appreciate you. And that's it on today's episode of Flowers with Tife. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me on today's show. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram at Flowers with Tife. And don't forget, give people their flowers while they can still smell them. Until I come your way again the next episode. Bye.